Hello everyone, my name is Mehdi Kordnavahsi, and in this movie I am going to start the part 2 of the ERP seminar. Let's start. ERP global market size. As you see in the market software or ERP between 2013 and 2020, as you see here, it reached to 42 billion by 2020. It have a 7.2% growing rate, as you see in 2014, 2015 until 2020. At the other side, global software market by verticals. As you see, manufacturing service and telecom service is the highest demand, or BFSI highest demand, and then in a healthcare, retail, government utilities, and aerospace and defense and others. So the manufacturing service and the financial is the highest demand for the ERP systems in 2020. As you see here, by functionality, finance is the highest, HR, supply chain, and others. So the finance, as I told in the first movie, is the most important core or a fundamentals or foundation of a ERP system. And as the first step, we have to implement the accounting and finance system first. So in the methodology of the deployment, on-premise is the highest demand, and then cloud ERP is the next. On-premise means the user must have its own server, infrastructure, and network, but in the cloud, the program will be installed in a remote server and remote infrastructure, so the client will run the program via the uh, devices which connect to the internet. So in the global ERP software market, as you see, North of America in the United States is the most demand, is the highest demand in the world, and needs of operational efficiency and transparency in the business process. This drives the businesses to uh, have a ERP software, and increasing demand of ERP from a small and medium enterprise. I put a highlight arrow key here to show you, because now since the first ERP systems ran in the world until now, only the big and medium-sized enterprises could purchase and pay the amount, and most of the small businesses couldn't pay such as money or capital for them. So in our worthy goal is we prepare the ERP service for the small size of businesses with affordable and very cheap price for them. And adoption of cloud and mobile application is another factor. As you see here, compared with 2014. With 2020, you can see increased access via a mobile devices. The global ERP market would witness notable growth during the forecast period 2014 for 2020. Adoption of ERP software among business functions like finance and supply chain would continue to contribute a major portion of market size by value. On-premise ERP software would continue to have a larger market share, occupying around 57% of market. And the cloud-based ERP would witness higher growth of 10% during next 6 years. And adoption of ERP would increase rapidly in aerospace and defense vertical, growing of almost 9% during the next 6 years. Asia Pacific would prove to be one of the most lucrative markets. In terms of growth, it is anticipated to reach almost 10 billion by the year 2020. Okay, let's see what is the average annual salary for ERP analysts. The median expected annual pay for a typical ERP analyst in the United States is more than $62,000 per year. And as you see, it varies between $48,000 to $82,000 per year, and the medium is 62. So it is important for you, if you know the ERP industry, if you attend to this group, and if you invest in your life for 1 or 2 years, you can be an expert person in this field, and you can earn a good money via your job, and a high demand market for you. There are 3 major ERP providers, SAP or SAP with 32% of the market share, Oracle with 23%, and Microsoft with 40% of the market. And the rest of 32% of market is rest of the 30% of the market is for other ERP providers in the world. These are 3 giant companies in this industry, and we cannot and we don't want to be compete with them, because our target market is totally different, as you will see in the rest of the seminar. So, type of ERP software: on-premise ERP or traditional version of ERP have 85% of the market share. Cloud ERP, hosted and managed offsite, is just 11%, and the SaaS or service as a software as a service now have only 4%. This is a new version of the ERP systems. So the client just pay monthly subscribe fee, and the ownership of the software is for the provider only, and the customer only pay as a rent, monthly rent with a low price. So let's see some ERP providers like MicroStrategy in Tyson Corner, Virginia, United States, founded in 1989. So one of the main board of directors president is Iranian also, and this revenue is about 580 million in 2014 with 3,200 employees around the globe. Or another ERP provider is a NetSuite, another company. This company also founded in 1998 in California, and with almost 2,550 persons in the world, and its income reached to 414 million in 2013. Or another example, Mandiant company, founded about 12 years ago in 2004 and in Alexandria, Virginia. So its revenue have 100 million with only 300 employees. 300 employees in front of 3,200 employees. But the revenue is 100 million in front of 580 million. So let's continue in the next slide. Having ERP system is not easy. In this picture, as soon as possible implementation cycle include project preparation, blueprint, realization, final preparation, and final run or going to live support. After running the system needs the support every time. So as you see here, expected versus actual cost of ERP implementation. For example, in manufacturing industry, they expected for almost $6 million for the implementation, but they paid a little more. In the sorry, not a little, but too much, because they paid more than 10 million. They accept 6 million, but after the project finished, the actual price was more than 11 million. And in the all industries, same, 6 million versus about 8 to 9 million in actual price for implementation. So as you see here, 12% of ERP price is just for hardware or infrastructure, 15% for software, 15% for training, and change management. So the price of training is equal to the price of the software. And another same percent, 50%, is for the data migration or data conversion from the legacy system to the new system. And 43% is for re-engineering. Re-engineering means reanalyzing the process, the business processes, and changing the data flow algorithms or the data flow um, methods and sequences according to the new system. We say re-engineering. It's not good for us to automate the current data flow or current business uh, processes to the new system. But instead, we need to change the methods first and then implement to the new platform or new software. ERP implementation and maintenance difficulties, high cost of system analyzing, long time implementation, long time customization, high cost of hardware, network and infrastructure, and high cost for supporting. Supporting is not easy. 24/7 supporting needs a lot of time and money. Constantly variation of user expectations. Every day they call and they have new expectations, and the ERP provider must be cover, must be support. Hard to train users. Hard to train users because the users always change in the organization and they need to retrain the new users. And this needs a lot of time and money. New users always coming, as I told. User resistance versus for changing. They don't like changes. Lack of operations monitoring after delivery. After delivery. Because after delivery, a lot of new problem appears. So needs to regularly support, regularly monitoring the operation to find and fix the errors, bugs, and maybe we need to change some procedures and functions. And late or incorrect user feedbacks. As I told, we need to know how they feel about the software, about the new system. Loss of data, power shortage, or network failure is another maintenance difficulties. On-time backup and restoring of data. So bugs in software and runtime errors and viruses. Maybe after 15 years of implementation, some bugs appear. And this will happen every moment. Regularly request for new queries and report. Regularly request. Every day they request for a new report for changing some queries. Difference in climate, culture, and language is another difficulty. And new technology, hardware, operating system come every day, every 6 months. The new generation of the hardware and technology comes, and the software must be support new technology. For example, changing environment between 32-bit computers to 64-bit computers and operating systems. Regularly system and data structure updating. We need to update every day. Travel and accommodation problems. We cannot solve all problems via remote and need to go to the client job site and be on the site to solve and train some people. Daily change in economy and world trade. As you watch in this picture, I like this picture. A customer explained, I need this. The project leader understood something else, and the project leader explained, analyzed, and designed it like this. This different of his understanding. And the programmers or developers misunderstanding, and they wrote it. They built the software like this. And the consultant described the customer needs like this. Oh, you need something like that. But customer explained, I need this. And the project documented like this, nothing. And the final project installed by operation like this. This is the final operation implemented program. And the customer charged or build like a huge roller coaster. The customer paid a lot of penalty, a lot of money, and time for this. How the project was support like this, and the final, what the customer really needed. The customer really needed this one, but he or she couldn't explain. He explained, I need this, and the rest of the picture you can watch. This is a real problem in the world right now, and this is the most important factor of failure ERP projects. Okay, in the next movie I will explain the rest of the seminar, starting how to choose the best software, the best provider. Thank you for watching this movie.